Tired of your ultra-wide monitor wobbling? Every time you type, I researched 5 monitor arms for ultra-wide displays and filtered the ones that actually hold steady. What I found about weight capacity will prevent you from buying the wrong monitor arm for ultra-wide setups. Let's dive in. Starting off at number 5, we've got the VIVO heavy-duty ultra-wide monitor arm, and I'll be upfront about why it lands here and not higher. Build quality is genuinely not the problem. Heavy-duty aluminum construction, pneumatic spring for smooth height adjustment, a clamp that fits desks from about half an inch to over 3 inches thick. People have confirmed it handles the Samsung Odyssey G9. That's nearly 28 pounds of curved ultra-wide holding steady after proper tensioning. That's real evidence, not just spec sheet talk. There's something they don't usually mention. Built into the back of the arm is a small tool holder. Not in the manual, not on the product page. But you'll need that Allen wrench nearby, especially early on. Having it right there is a genuinely smart design call. Cable management runs clean through the arm. The base adds 2 USB ports at desk level, which is a nice touch. Fair warning though, those ports are pass-through extensions, not a hub. Each one runs its own cable out the back. Here's where I have to be straight. If your ultra-wide is pushing the weight rating, tilt adjustment becomes essentially fixed. Multiple users had to crank the tilt bolt to maximum just to stop the panel from sagging forward, and at that point tilt stops moving freely. Height through the pneumatic arm still works. Swivel too, but tilt, you pick your angle and live with. There's also real ambiguity around maximum weight in the product listing. The headline capacity and a secondary figure buried in the specs don't quite match. If your monitor is close to the upper limit, that inconsistency is worth taking seriously before you buy. For panels in the 15 to 25 pound range, this arm delivers well above expectations. Stable, clean, matte black finish, solid reach. Push the weight limit or need frequent tilt adjustment, move further up this list. But as a starting point for serious ultra-wide support, it earns its spot. The link is in the description. At number 4, the HUANUO Titan Lift lands here for a reason. And that reason is simple. It goes head-to-head with arms that cost significantly more. For most home setups, the quality difference is hard to justify paying for. The core use case is large ultra-wide monitors, 34, 43, even 49-inch screens. That's where a lot of arms fall apart, sagging immediately or slowly drifting over time. The Titan Lift uses thicker arm sections and a wider base to address exactly that. The aluminum alloy construction is genuine, not a marketing claim. Now, about that 44-pound weight rating. Here's the honest read. One owner with a 32-pound monitor needed maximum tension just to hold position. If your ultra-wide is in the 30-plus pound range, you're near the ceiling. Think of it more as a 35-pound real-world limit. That covers most ultra-wides, but check your monitor's weight before you commit. What does impress me is the range of motion. The arm extends out 22.5 inches. Height adjusts up to nearly 20 inches from the desk surface. Tilt goes 50 degrees in both directions. That's wider than what most arms in this class offer. People have used it to vertically mount a 34-inch ultra-wide. That tells you how much freedom you actually get here. There's a detail that says a lot about the design. The included tension wrench has a rubber-dipped T-handle grip, not the cheap throwaway Allen key you get with everything else. It's the kind of thing that shows someone actually thought about what the user needs after installation, not just during it. One real complaint is the cable management on the lower arm. The upper arm has a split channel that lets you route cables easily. The lower arm doesn't. Getting cables in without stressing the plastic takes patience. Not a deal breaker, but noticeable if a clean setup matters to you. The link is in the description. At number 3, we have the Ares Wing Dual Monitor Arm, and the specific problem it solves is what sets it apart on this list. If you're running 2 ultra-wides, ESA Absurds, stacked vertically, one on top of the other, most arms simply aren't designed for that. This one is. It handles screens up to 49 inches and 44 pounds per arm. That's a serious weight rating. Someone ran 2 monitors that together came out close to 100 pounds on this thing and reported 0 issues. Here's what actually convinces me about it. A graphics professional tested this against some of the most respected names in the mount category, premium brands at significantly higher price points, and this one came out on top. Most solid, least wobble, cleanest look. That's not a marketing claim. That's someone whose display setup is their main work tool, being honest about what actually performed. The gas spring is the functional core here. Industrial grade tested over 20,000 adjustment cycles. What that means in practice is that your monitors stay exactly where you put them. No drift, no sag over time. For a stacked dual ultra-wide setup carrying that kind of load, that matters more than almost anything else. A couple of things worth knowing before you buy. The pole height can get limiting if you're stacking 2 tall curved monitors. Some users found the bottom screen sitting too close to the desk surface. Also, repositioning the mount means disassembling it because the clamp bolt sits inside the pole. Once you've dialed in your position, that's a non-issue, but take the time to get your placement right before you fully commit. The USB ports at the base are also worth clarifying. They're extension cables that still run back to your machine, not a true hub. Useful? but not what everyone expects walking in. Cable management is solid but not exceptional. Thicker cables or multiple video cables per monitor may feel cramped in the channels. For dual ultrawides and a stacking configuration, this is genuinely one of the stronger picks at this tier. The link is in the description. At number 2, the WALI heavy-duty ultrawide monitor arm. And if you're working with a large ultrawide, something in the 34 to 49 inch range, this is one of the most honest value picks on the list. 44 pounds of weight capacity is the headline spec, and it matters. Most arms in this category quietly cap out under 30 pounds and hope you don't notice. This one actually commits to the ultra-wide label. One user confirmed it running a Samsung G9 Odyssey, one of the most demanding ultra-wide setups you can mount. With the right tension dialed in, it held. The gas spring is the core of the experience. Once you tune the tension with the included hex key, and this step is worth taking seriously, height changes, tilt, and repositioning all become smooth. The key word is once. This isn't an arm you grab and glide effortlessly right out of the box. It needs proper setup. People who've done it correctly confirm it holds position without drift. VISA compatibility covers both 75x75 and 100mm patterns, and you get C-clamp and grommet mount options in the box. Desk thickness range runs 0.39 to 3.15 inches, which covers most standard setups without adapters. And there's a full 180-degree rotation if you ever want portrait mode. Not everyone needs it, but it's there. Where you feel the price point is in the materials. The metal gauge is thinner than what you'd find on premium arms, and under heavier monitors, the movement feels more deliberate than fluid. This arm rewards people who dial in their position and stay there. If you need to reposition multiple times a day under a heavy load, that's worth knowing. Built-in cable management routes. Everything along the arm, the result looks clean. Noticeably cleaner than any stock monitor stand. Integrated channels handle power and display cables without extra clips or zip ties. For a large ultra-wide on a real budget, this is a serious contender. The link is in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. Taking the top spot, and honestly, it's not that close. The AVLT is the arm on this list that was built specifically for the scenario you're actually worried about. A heavy, wide, curved ultra-wide that you do not want hitting your desk. It handles screens up to 49 inches and up to 50 pounds. VESA 75x75 and 106-100 both covered. The gas spring is rated for 16,000 adjustment cycle. That's a spec that tells you this wasn't designed to feel smooth for 3 months and then start drift. People who've been using it 3-4 years confirm the joints hold without play. That kind of track record matters. What I think sets this apart from everything else on this list is the USB 3.0 hub built into the base. 2 ports plus audio jacks. It's not flashy, but it changes how your desk actually looks. Your keyboard, headset, whatever you're plugging in regularly can route through the arm itself. The cable management runs through covered channels along the full arm. The setup ends up looking genuinely clean. You get both clamp and grommet mounting. Desks up to 3.3 inches thick are supported, and the base footprint is under 5 inches. So if your desk is borderline on thickness or surface type, this one's flexible. Now for the honest part, if your monitor is pushing 40 pounds or heavier, horizontal swinging gets stiff. The arm holds that weight fine, but it's not going to glide. And the tilt adjustment needs to be set with an Allen wrench before you attach the monitor. It's not something you tweak on the fly. If you're near the max weight, dial it in cold before mounting. But here's the thing that actually closed the deal for me. One user had the tilt mechanism break after 3 years of daily use. AVLT shipped a replacement part. It upgraded to all metal, faster than a domestic Amazon order. The original had one plastic component, the new one doesn't. That's a company that's paying attention. For a serious ultra-wide setup, this is the pick. The link is in the description. You now know which arms actually hold an ultra-wide and which ones are just claiming to. If budget is the priority, number 2 handles a heavy ultra-wide without the heavy price. For a stacked dual ultra-wide setup, number 3 is the specific pick for that configuration. And if you want the most capable single arm with the strongest long-term track record, number 1. Prices on these move a must-buy. All links are in the description.